Yeah, hi, my name is Art Ellis. This is a little video about how I have manufactured some coin bezels. Coin bezels are frames with a bail on it to put around a coin, a decorative coin, to make a medallion around a lady's neck. I am a hand engraver as well. Here's an example of a Canadian silver dollar that I have milled the surface off the front side, which was the Queen's portrait, machined it off, and then worked a few hours to highly polish it to a mere finish. Here is an example of a finished coin with a name on it. This is a Grizzly Model 23109 8-inch mini shear brake. It has a length of capacity of 8 inches, and it'll do 22 gauge metal. It weighs 26 pounds. It's very, very rugged, heavy little machine. I have made modifications to the die and the fence on this machine. The fence is at the top here. It would only come within an inch of the shear blades, and I needed to get down to 150 thousandths wide material. The press is operated with a hand lever at the side. As you pull the stroke, the die lifts and does the shearing action at the top to open back up and do the actual shear. You'll go here, and as you notice, the die was closing along the 8-inch length at the bottom. The die that came with it is solid. There are finger male dies for doing box and pan work. And we get to the stripped down machine, which I have now built some new tooling for. The bezel shape, if you can see here, is a U-shaped channel. I have to shear this is copper that I'm using here to do my sample work. It's the same hardness, or more or less, of silver and gold that I intend to use. It's 156. This is for a silver dollar. It's a total width of 156 thousandths of an inch. And these legs that you see here bend down in the die about 15 or 20 thousandths of an inch. The female die I created is here. I don't know if you're going to get a sharp picture of this, but it is a U shape, the width of the bezel, plus a shelf that's the width of the material laid out flat, so it makes it very easy to set the material in there square on in that little groove at the top, and then do your pressing. It just slides right in here and stays loose. The male die is a corresponding 8 inches long, and it's, again, I'm sorry I had it upside down. There it is. That's the inside that presses the U shape there, and that will go in here and be clamped in. We will now put a piece of copper sheet into the gauge, which has been previously set to the 156. It's a simple motion here with the lever. It does a beautiful shear job. There it is, cut, clean. The only little thing is it's pretty narrow stuff to get out of here, so I need a little probe to push it out. That is the shearing operation. Now, with our sheared piece, it'll go on the female die in that little groove I explained to you, which will hold it nice and square. We set that in, and we will do the forming operation. I have not got this bolted down yet, but I will get it bolted down. So it has now been formed. Pull it out of the die. And there is our little channel that is now ready to be rolled. Nicely formed, quite square on the edges, and nicely worked. This is a bending jig that I built to bend the bezel. It clamps into the vise on the bar, and the center section has been all designed inside with a pivot and an axle. This is the shape of a silver dollar in the thickness. This is an eccentric screw to lock the piece in, as you'll see. These are just some brass screws I had kicking around. This one is the outside diameter, which keeps the shape of the U-shaped bezel as it is bent around. I will now give you a demonstration of the bending process. I now have the device firmly in the vise, and there is the shape. It'll go into that eccentric, which becomes a lock to hold it in there. I will move the forming head forward and tighten it with the wing nuts underneath, and proceed to bend and roll the bezel to the proper shape and size. It's as easy and as simple as that. I have loosened the screw, and you'll notice there's a slight bit of spring back, but not bad for the copper, and it just pops off like that. The next thing I have to do now is make a jig. There's very little splay off in the corner. I can move it around and bend those in, but it is now ready to go around the coin and be put together and soldered. Have a great day. Thank you for watching the video.